Hi, I'm Sarah Gadon, and this interview is for Deadline magazine.
Let me quote Total Film. A creative shift for Sarah Gadon from Cronenberg's indie brain troublers to big-budget studio spectacle. Could you comment on this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I think there's a darkness in this film that I was ultimately attracted to, I think that's something that kind of tormented kind of questions of humanity that I get really drawn to, and I really saw this in this movie. I think that I was at a time too where I was very curious about Hollywood. I was very curious about studios and about making a film kind of in the studio system, and so I peeked my head over the fence and I just went for it, and I had a lot of fun. It was a really incredible experience. It was really amazing, and as much as there is a real kind of amazing visual element to this film, as much as the special effects are really incredible, I think that there's a love story at the heart of the film that is very real, and the connection between these two people, that basic human connection, is what I was really attracted to.
Because most horror movies don't have that human attraction. Are you attracted to horror? Is that your thing?
Well, I think that we really pulled this film out of the horror genre and planted it into much more kind of action, adventure, epic kind of film. But I've always been. I think people are just attracted to that which is kind of forbidden or scary or pushes the boundaries of our comfort zone. And I think that that's something that I definitely was attracted to when making this film.
Well, Gary Shore is a first-time director. Isn't that sometimes dangerous to work with a first-time director?
I don't think it's dangerous. I think that's part of the thrill. I think that, you know, when I met Gary, I knew that he had a lot of talent. I knew that the film would be aesthetically beautiful, and I knew that I wanted to be a part of his first film. I think that's a really special experience that you get to have with somebody, and I've worked with first-time filmmakers before, Brandon Cronenberg being one of those people. And I think that, you know, there's a real kind of excitement and joy at the basic level of filmmaking that you get to really experience with somebody who's making their first film. So it was a learning experience for me in the sense that it was really my first studio film, and it was definitely a learning experience for Gary too.
Are you prepared to get recognized now on the street even more?
I don't know. I think that I don't really look like my character in real life. I think that that's kind of what I love about acting, is that you get to kind of transform and morph into different people, and I often look very different in all the roles that I do, so I don't know if I'm going to be recognized. We'll see.
You did a lot of television. Is that over right now?
I think so. I mean, I grew up in Toronto, and I started my career there, working there as a kid, and in Toronto there's a lot of episodic television that starts, so I kind of came up in the ranks doing a lot of TV, and I learned a lot about being an actor in that kind of world. It's very fast-paced. It's very kind of on the fly. It's very bare bones kind of way to, you know, make programming. And so it was an amazing learning experience for me.
So what will be next for you? More indie brain troublers or Hollywood, or what direction?
I don't know. I think that it's kind of important to have a balance. I learned a lot about filmmaking on this film. We shot 35 anamorphic film. We didn't shoot digital. We shot with like 4 cameras. We worked with some of the most amazing technicians in the industry, and I learned a lot about filmmaking on this film.
How much real location work was in there? How much CGI, how much soundstage and green screen? Can you? I
don't think I can really speak for the entire film, but I know certainly with my stuff it was about 60-40. 60% of the time we were on location. We were shooting on top of a mountain, in a forest, in the river, you know, on these incredible locations, and then I think 40% of the time we were on sets. But it was definitely not the case where I was against a green screen acting the entire film. It was very real, and that's what was great, because it helped me really feel in the moment.
What is your next project?
What is my next project? I'm not sure yet. I have a few things percolating, but nothing that I can
What
really
have you finished?
Announce. Well, I just actually came from the Toronto Film Festival, where Maps to the Stars premiered in North America, and I have a film coming out. I did a film with Mika Kaurismäki called The Girl King. Hopefully it'll be in Berlin. And then I did another film called Girls' Night Out with Julian Gerald, which is a British film.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.